I'm just going to lay the phone down because I'm laying down. And I'm going to talk. Uh, Housing lotteries should be banned because housing, affordable housing lotteries should be banned. They should be banned because housing should be affordable. It should be affordable because when all of the land and the parcels were acquired and assessed, many, many moons back, there was no lottery given to the original inhabitants. And being that there was no lottery from the beginning, where this land was consumed and just, well, I saw something online that said, stop saying you were uh you were brutalized, you were conquered. No, how do you conquer a a combatant when the combatant only has their hands and you have munitions? Okay, so this whole thing of inequality and inequity, it has started so long ago and it's permeated into the culture and society that we have now. See, because there's so many instances of different groups that are able to advance and excel financially and get ahead, and it's done under the eye of our, well, our governing body. So, yeah, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, and, well, a lot of stuff to say. And the people, well, one person in particular that I follow, um, he discusses and covers South Florida on the West Coast, and pretty cool. Shout out there to Southern Life. Um, I like your content. I get it. I understand. I understand. Yo entiende. So, yeah, we have a whole lot. We have a whole lot. We have a whole lot of stuff that is just not right, hasn't been right for a really long, long time. And it continues and it goes on. So, yeah, what I had suggested, and I put this on Twitter. I used to be on Twitter. I closed that account. I have my account. I have all my data downloaded. My name was Fax Sweetie. I'll put it here on YouTube. I had said years ago that the the commercial real estate that is so expansive in metropolitan areas where the prime real estate is, you know, upwards of seven figures, in monetary value, billions of dollars worth of real estate assets, that those properties need to be, uh, you can create supportive housing, you can create micro housing, and you could start to give people a normal sense of living instead of people having to sleep in decrepit and horrible places where there's agencies that spend millions and billions of dollars on waste, pure waste. Okay, I'll put it this way. I've been an undercover operative as a as a someone who has critiqued and monitored and watched how things work in government in New York City from a young age. And that came about because I said this in one story, one video, I'll say it again. Years ago, I talked about my mom being handicapped. My mom was also blind. I was talking about this yesterday or another day, but I didn't record, I didn't save it. She lost her sight as a kid. I was talking about this yesterday. That's right, going over to my nephews. I didn't save the video. She was blinded as a kid. She was hit with a rock, a snowball with a rock in it. Okay, so Man, I was going somewhere with that. Okay, she was. I just lost my train of thought because, but anyway. Okay, so because of her illnesses and her ailments, that's where I was going. Um, she she was a disabled woman, and then she had a brain tumor. So there used to be a bus. We lived in Edenwald Projects. There was a somebody was getting on an ambulance. It was like the mini school bus ambulette, and I was wondering. And I remember I seen saw the person, the driver. I was like, "How does my mother get that bus?" And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "How does she get on that bus? She needs that bus because." We were going to New York Eye and Ear Infirmary for her to see a specialist, an neurologist, and taking the bus, and then two trains. Like because we lived at 225th Street and White Plains Road, the two and the five. So if the five came, that was closer. But anyway, it was just a long hike. It was a long hike for someone who's handicapped and is traveling with young kids. So I got my mother the bus. So I basically became the advocate. So I became the advocate for my mother, and I've always been like someone who's been in tune with this stuff. So yeah, the waste that we have here, please, please. I had also said years ago that they could create the shipping container homes. They could create shipping container homes on different parcels and allow people to live a normal, decent life. Allow people to live a normal, decent life where they're not, you know, they're not living in the shelter with 50 or 200 people. But anyhow, maybe one of these days people start to listen. But if you like what I gotta say, follow me. Oh my God, my hair looks purple because I got a pink light. Till next time. And that wasn't a bodily function from the lower half. That was a like Bronx cheer. Insomnia, insomnia. I slept yesterday. Went to sleep at 7:30 in the morning. I got up at 11:30. You get older, you can't sleep. That's what happens. Or you sleep too much. Anyway, till next time. Thanks for watching. Okay, I gotta shut you off. Bye.